Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon. I got from Kenny Kai. No. I got from Maybu and Tom Nom. Got from Tukumo. I'll finish. After finish. So I think I haven't got the homework from Intezin and Ventura. Intezin, have you finished your homework? This one.
Yes.
So you can send it to me.
Okay.
Mehmet.
Aka, what did you say? Are you singing?
I think he said me.
Yes, I also heard. Oh.
I think he's singing and he forgot about he didn't mute, right?
Yeah.
And he started something like that, right?
It's like the popular song, like Mehmet Teteli Mochites.
I don't know that.
The new song, I think.
The new sound. What is that name?
Yeah. Mehmet Teteli Mochite. Cherry thing.
Is that a song?
Yes.
Okay. So shall we start? But because it's like 12 and 5 minutes, so we should start, right? Okay, that's it. I got the homework and got from PreiG. And I think because then haven't sent homework to me, right? Oh, she has finished already. Sorry. And you guys, most of you make a mistake about this one. It has to be yours sincerely, not yours sincerely. Okay, yours sincerely. So your has to be possessive pronoun. Yours sincerely. Okay, there is a pattern. Okay, so we have finished unit 15 last week, right? So is there any question about unit 15? About the grammar points, about the vocabulary, from the course book, from the workbook? Is there any question?
No, teacher.
There is no question. So shall we continue unit 15?
Yes.
Okay. So in unit 15, we're talking about the natural disasters, right? So in unit 15, we'll talk about the survivors. So what is the meaning of survivors? Hello, what is the meaning of survivors? Guys, what does that mean, survivors?
People who survive.
People who survive. What does that mean, survive? In our language, how do we call that survivor?
Like if they,
Passenger.
To stay alive after the incident, after the miserable disaster, right? Or after the like explosions, after the battles, right? So it's called survivors. The ones who are still alive, right? After these incidents. So we call them survivors. Okay. So the one who survived, right? It's very clear explanation. The one who survived. Okay, so we want to talk about the survivors in unit 15, okay? So there is a question that we have to discuss, like amazing survival. The survivors, survival, survive, right? There's the only one like survive, survivor, survivors. So if the root word is survive, so how do we call that AL in grammar terms? I think we have talked about that, right? How do we call that? If someone remember about that grammar terms?
which one, Chair?
Huh?
Which one?
I mean survival, right? Actually,
Survival.
the root word is survive, right? So we put AL and then it becomes like a noun or something. So like OR and AL. So how do we call these in grammar terms?
I don't know.
Oh, I have already talked about that, right? The original
You
word is
mean-
survive.
You mean the system?
Yeah, I mean the grammar terms.
Oh, you mean adjective now, not the one.
Like that, something like that, yeah. So how do we call these AL and OR?
Word form. Oh. Wait, let me check back.
Let me check that.
Excuse me, what are we doing now?
I mean, this OR and AL, how do we call this?
Right?
Huh?
Prefix and
Yes, prefix and suffix. So the one that put behind the root words, how do we call it? Is that prefix or is it suffix?
suffix.
Yes, suffix, right? Prefix is someone that we put in front of the root one, right? So I'm asking about the affixes, right? Affixes has like prefix and suffix. So AL, OR, these all are suffixes that change the form of the words. Remember now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we'll continue. Okay, so there is a question that we have to discuss. Can you remember any news stories in which people have survived disaster? So have you heard about the story about the survivors? after a
Yes.
miserable incident or disaster?
Yes, I've heard about like the children in the cave in Thailand.
Mm-hmm. And how about the others? Have you heard about the story about the survivors after the actual incident?
I think it happens in real life. It was my family, which
Huh?
happened in 2007. Like not a story.
Really?
Yeah,
What happened?
it's a small storm, but which destroyed our house. I believe that in that case, I was maybe 1 year or a month old.
Oh, really?
Remember anymore? Yeah.
So you mean it was destroyed by something or
Yeah,
someone?
the storm.
Ah, okay. Okay, so is there anyone who have heard about the story of the survivors after the disasters? Actually, we have our country have suffered from a huge natural disaster in 2007 or 8, right?
Eight.
And it's that
Yeah, that
2008, right? What is that?
Nuggets.
Yeah,
was
nuggets, right? Nuggets, we call it cyclone, right? So that incident is really huge, and there are so many deaths and there are survivors, right? So that is the obvious example to give. So I think in 2008, some of you were not even born, right?
Of course.
Really? At that time, I was a second year student in 2008. Yeah.
I think I was like 3 or 4 months at the
I
time.
was
Really?
I was
I
1 year
was
or maybe a month years old because my mom told that we suffered a lot at there.
Hmm.
I don't remember anymore. I mean, how am I gonna remember?
Of course, you won't remember. So you guys are so young compared with me. I feel too old right now. At that time, you guys are like a month or 2 months, and some of them are not born yet. So, and I'm already like a teen, actually post teenager. Like I'm like 17 or 18 at that time. So I feel too old right now. At the time, I was in here too young, and we didn't suffer much, but there are like blackout and shortage of water. We have to suffer these things.
And now you are suffering again. Wow.
Yeah. Actually, all of us are suffering right now, right? Okay. So let's continue the story, okay? Okay, so there is a reading. So read this extract from the book review and what is remarkable about Julian Kopech's story. So there is story about herself, right? So we have to read this and you have to answer this question. What is remarkable?
Let me interrupt with another topic. So I heard about the homework, and where do I have to send that?
You can send it by version.
Oh, I got it. I've
This
already.
one, this letter, right? So either there is no absence today, right? So Susan, are you feeling well now?
Yeah, kind of fine.
Okay.
Feeling well now.
So the ones who turn off the camera, is the electricity one off there?
Yes, Chair. Think after done.
Okay. Honey, by the way, where do you live?
In the toe, it's in one state.
I thought you were in Yangon.
No, I'm not.
So the electricity one off too much there too, right?
Yeah, it is like 12 hours a day.
12 hours a day. Yeah. Actually, it's happening here like that too. Okay, so have you finished reading this?
Yes, teacher.
No.
Okay, I'll wait. Okay, so have you all finished reading this? So what is the remarkable fact about Julian? After reading this, which facts make you impressed about her?
The way that she drank dirty water and worked for 10 days makes me impressed.
So we can feel that she is so strong enough to survive, right?
Yeah, she didn't lose hope.
So that is, yeah. And is there any remarkable fact about her?
The way that she didn't give up.
Yeah, the way that she didn't give up. That is the important thing, right? She didn't give up, even after she is the one who survived on the plane crash, after the plane crash, right? So imagine that if you were her, will you survive
I
like
don't think
her?
so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm
You can
impatient.
easily give up, right?
Yeah.
So she is so strong, right? You can see that she is so strong enough to survive. If I were her, I will give up easily. I won't survive. I can die in the forest somewhere. Okay, so after reading this, we will move to vocabulary part and to find these words and phrases in the review. Try to work out their meaning from the context. If you're unsure, you can use a dictionary. So you have to find the words, and you have to tell me. Whether you know these words or not. Okay. So first, you can find these words in the paragraph. So the first one is an explosion. What is that? An explosion. This one, right? So you know the words, right? What does that mean? Explosion.
Something explodes.
Okay, so it's like boom, right? It's an explosion. Okay, so explode. Something explodes. Okay. So how about strapped to her seat?
Sticking in a seat, like
Yes.
Yes.
It means that how the seatbelt is still fastened, right? So it is strapped into her seat. So that is why she is still alive, right? That is why on the plane they always told us to fasten our seatbelts, right? All the time. So just in case if the accident happens, you can alive because of that seatbelt. So strapped into her seat. And she lost consciousness. What is that phrase? She lost
she became
consciousness.
unconscious.
She lost consciousness, right? So what does that mean?
Like she lost. No, she became like unconscious.
Yes, she became unconscious. သတိမိသွားအောင်ပြောတာနော်ခဏသတိမိသွားရုပ်တရက်ဆို explode ဖြစ်သွားတဲ့အခါမှာ unconscious she lost unconscious ဆိုတဲ့ခါကျနော် she became unconscious she lost her consciousness ဆိုတဲ့တော့ and she came round. What is that phrase? She came round. She came round. What is that?
The deep end leader.
Yeah, she came round. Yes, she came to her sense, right? Sometimes we can also say she came to her sense. So she came round. So she became conscious again, right? Came round. And cuts and bruises. Okay, where is that phrase? Cuts and bruises. Right here, right? Cuts and bruises.
I think like she had heart.
Yes, that cuts, right? Cuts. Cuts and the bruises, right? Cuts and bruises. And collarbone. Where is that word? Collarbone. Okay, so she has broken her collarbone. So what does that mean, collarbone? Which bone is that?
Maybe the bone where collar. Where is collar?
Like
This
the
one.
one I need to exercise to come up.
Yeah, this bone, right? This collarbone. Yeah, that is collarbone. So it's broken, right? It's so scary, right? So that collarbone broken. Oh my god. It will hurt too much, right? Collarbone. And survivor. Okay, what is that word? Survivor.
The one who survived.
Yes, she was the only survivor out of the 92 people on board, right? So this situation is really scary, right? She is the only one survivor. So she is the only one who survived on the plane, right? Among these 92 passengers, right? And survivor instinct. Where is that? That phrase, survival instinct. Okay, here. Her survivor instinct took over. She drank dirty water and walked for 10 days in the rainforest before she was found. So what does that mean? Survivor instinct. Okay, we know the word survivor. What does that mean? Instinct.
Pizza.
Hmm?
Pizza.
Pizza. So the instinct, it's kind of like how can we translate that in our language? Suitably, survival instinct 来着。被天马地鸟知道不 right? So it's kind of like sixth sense, right? Survival instinct. And precious. What is that? Precious.
Something very valuable.
Yeah, something which is very valuable, which is something which is treasure, right? So that is value. Where is that word? I don't see the word. Precious right there, right? Life is precious. So she said, I have learned that life is precious. And trivial. Okay. So I came so close to death then that everybody's stress no longer affects me. And trivial things don't worry me anymore. Okay, what does that mean? Trivial things.
Something bad.
Something bad or something unimportant?
Unimportant, yeah.
Unimportant, right? But it can be the opposite of important. So unimportant is very little things, right? Don't worry me anymore. That is true. That is the meaning of trivial. Okay, so have you got all the meanings of the words in number 2?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
So if you get the meanings of the words, we will move to number 3. So you have to read the review again and answer the questions. So there are questions 1 to 6, and you have to read it again and you have to answer these questions. I can do it now after that we'll check the answer. So when you answer the questions, answer in full sentences, okay? Not the short phrases. You have to answer in full sentences. So have you finished?
Yes, teacher.
Everyone? Everyone have
Yes,
you-
teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
teacher.
Okay, so what is the answer for number 1? What was the plane's destination? What is that?
Peru.
Peru. Lima and Peru.
In Peru.
Yes. So to Lima in Peru, right? So the destination is Lima in Peru, right? So the plane's destination was Lima in Peru. And number 2, why did the plane come down?
Lightning
Because
struck the plane and there was an explosion.
And there is an explosion.
So how can we answer in full sentence?
The plane came down because it's lightning struck
the plane
Because
the plane.
the plane was no, the plane came down because
the plane came
lightning
down because of the lightning struck the
struck
plane, and there was an explosion.
explosion.
You can answer like that, or because of the lightning struck. You can also answer like that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So how about number 3? How high was the plane flying?
3,000 meters.
3,000 meters.
So the plane was flying 3,000 meters above the ground or above Peruvian rainforest. You can answer both. So above the ground. 300 meters above the ground or 300 meters above the Peruvian rainforest. And number 4, how many people were traveling on the plane? So how many people?
92.
92 people.
92 people.
92 people. The answer is right there, right? So 92 people were traveling on the plane. And number 5 is, when did Julian land?
Peruvian
She landed in the
Yes, so
Peruvian
Julian
rainforest.
landed in the rainforest or in the Peruvian rainforest. Okay, and number 6, how long was she there? So how long?
She was there for 10 days.
Yes, she was there for 10 days, right? What is the answer? Right here, right? She was there for 10 days. Okay, so have you got all the answers for number 3?
Yes, teacher.
Everyone?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Okay, so if you got all the answers for number 3, we'll move to number 4, which is listening. Okay, so look at number 4. Listen to this extract from a radio program. And what are the similarities with Julianne's story? So you have to listen the conversation and then you have to write down the notes about the similarity with Julianne's story. Okay, so now you have read this like twice or 3 times, so you will remember her story, right? So this time you have to listen and you have to compare 2 stories and you have to write down the similarity between these 2 stories. Okay. Okay, so I will play if you're ready. So are you ready? A pen and a book in your hand. Okay. So I'll play.
Track 30.
Welcome to Book Club. Today we're talking about survival stories. Our first is about a girl from Paris who had an amazing escape. Her name is Bahia Bakari. She was 12 years old at the time. She was going to the Comoros Islands near Madagascar, off the east coast of Africa, when the plane in which she was travelling crashed into the Indian Ocean. There were 153 passengers on board, and she was the only survivor. She escaped with a broken collarbone and burns. She was in the sea for 13 hours before she was rescued. She said afterwards, "I can't swim well and I held on to something, but I don't really know what." Please welcome Bahia Bakari.
Do I need to play again?
Yes, Chair, please again.
Okay.
Track 30.
Welcome to Book Club. Today we're talking about survival stories. Our first is about a girl from Paris who had an amazing escape. Her name is Bahia Bakari. She was 12 years old at the time. She was going to the Comoros Islands near Madagascar, off the east coast of Africa, when the plane in which she was travelling crashed into the Indian Ocean. There were 153 passengers on board, and she was the only survivor. She escaped with a broken collarbone and burns. She was in the sea for 13 hours before she was rescued. She said afterwards, "I can't swim well, and I held on to something, but I don't really know what." Please welcome Bahia Bakari.
Okay, so have you got the answers?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the first similarity between the two stories?
Plane crash.
Yes,
Yeah, both are
they
from
both are in
plane
plane
accidents.
crash, right? Yes, the first thing is plane crash. Okay, how about the second thing?
The only survivor.
She
of
was the
plane
only
crash.
survivor.
Yes, four of them are the only survivor
Only
after the
survivor.
plane crash, right? So the second thing is the only survivor. So how about the third point?
Broke their
Both had collarbone
Collarbones.
They both have
broken and
broken collarbones,
burns.
right? So is there any more similarities?
No.
Yes, I think she said she held on something, but she forgot. So I think she lost consciousness.
He lost consciousness too. Okay,
Yes, I think so.
so Nanatan got one more similarity, right? Okay, everyone, do you have any other different answers?
No, teacher.
Okay, so the main thing is three similarities, right? But Nanatan answer is also correct. So he has got four similarities, right? Okay. So have you got all the answers for number 4, right? So we'll move to number 5. Listen again and complete the details below. So there is a information that you have to complete. Okay. So this time, there will be a detailed information that you have to fill in the blanks. So I will play it again, and you have to fill this chart. Okay. So you have to fill age at the time of the accident and destination and whether the plane crashed and the number of passengers on board. And you also have to fill number of survivors and injuries and how long was it before she was rescued. So you have to fill this chart. So I'll play it again.
Track 30.
Welcome to Book Club. Today we're talking about survival stories. Our first is about a girl from Paris who had an amazing escape. Her name is Bahia Bakari. She was 12 years old at the time. She was going to the Comoros Islands near Madagascar, off the east coast of Africa, when the plane in which she was travelling crashed into the Indian Ocean. There were 153 passengers on board, and she was the only survivor. She escaped with a broken collarbone and burns. She was in the sea for 13 hours before she was rescued. She said afterwards, "I can't swim well, and I held on to something, but I don't really know what." Please welcome Bahia Bakari.
So do I need to play again to check your answers? Okay,
Yes, teacher.
I'll play it again. So this time, check your answers, okay?
Track 30.
Welcome to Book Club. Today we're talking about survival stories. Our first is about a girl from Paris who had an amazing escape. Her name is Bahia Bakari. She was 12 years old at the time. She was going to the Comoros Islands near Madagascar, off the east coast of Africa, when the plane in which she was travelling crashed into the Indian Ocean. There were 153 passengers on board, and she was the only survivor. She escaped with a broken collarbone and burns. She was in the sea for 13 hours before she was rescued. She said afterwards, "I can't swim well, and I held on to something, but I don't really know what." Please welcome Bahia Bakari.
Okay, so we'll check the answer. Age at the time of the accident,
12.
12 years old, right? Yes, the answer is 12 years old. Yes, correct. How about destination? Comoros Island off the blank coast of Africa. East coast of Africa, right? So the answer is east, correct? And where did the plane crash?
East.
Where?
Indian Ocean.
Ocean.
Indian
Into the
Ocean.
Indian Ocean, yes. We're in the Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean, right? And number of passengers on board?
153.
153. 153, right? Correct. The answer is 153. And how about number of survivors?
One.
One.
Yes.
There's only one survivor, right? So the answer is 1. Correct. How about injuries? Broken?
Collarbone.
Collarbone.
Broken
and
collarbone and burns. And how was it before she was rescued?
13
13 hours.
13 hours or 30 hours?
13.
13.
Right? 13 means 1, 3, right? 13 hours. Yes, correct. So have you got all the answers from the mistakes?
13 hours 20.
Huh?
Hours, how many hours?
How many hours? 13, right? 13. 1, 3. 13. 13. Okay, sorry for my handwriting. 13. Okay, so have you got all the answers? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. The ones who turn off their camera, have you got the answers?
Yes.
Yes, Trisha.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we'll move to discussion point, which is speaking. So what in group discuss these questions? So number 1 is, in your opinion, what are the most surprising aspects of these stories? And number 2 is, what are the positive aspects of the story? So you can write down your ideas. Okay, after that I will ask. Okay. So just in case you have different ideas, first you have to write down the ideas. Okay, after that we will discuss. So the first one is, what are the most surprising aspects of the most surprising facts of these stories? So both the stories, right? You have to write down your opinion. And what are the positive aspects of the story? So write down your ideas, and then we'll discuss. Okay, shall we discuss now?
Oh, wait more 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so everyone, shall we discuss now?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so I want to start with Lun Chuan. What do you think of number one? What are the most surprising aspects of these stories? How do you think?
Okay, surviving a plane crash with injuries.
Huh? Lun Chuan, we can't hear you clearly. Can you repeat again?
Surviving a plane crash with injuries.
Surviving a plane crash. Okay, as I can't hear you so clearly, you can write in the chat box, please. Can you? Can you? Okay. Surviving a plane crash, even though they have injuries. Okay, so even if they have injuries and they still survive on a plane crash, you mean like that, right? Okay. Okay, so this time, Aga, how do you think of number two? What are the positive aspects of the story? How do you think of it? What are the positive aspects of the story after reading these two stories? What are the positive aspects?
Just only the injuries. Just only get the injuries. That's also lucky. Like for the first passage, like the way to survive, find the way to survive is the key, and second one is like the rescuer can find her, so it's also positive
It's
aspects.
also positive aspect. Okay, thank you for sharing your opinion. So this time, okay, this time, no. Can you tell your opinion for number 1?
Only having one survivor for each one. Like,
That's the
neither-
most surprising thing, right?
yes, 90 out of 1 and 153 out of 1. That is very surprising for me.
Okay. So this time, how about okay, I will ask the one from who's turn off the camera. The dozen. Can you give your opinion for number 2? The positive aspect of the story. What are the positive aspects of the story? The dozen, are you there? The dozen, are you there? So how about Hey Cousin? Can you share your idea about number 2?
Hello.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What does a positive aspect mean?
Okay. So for example, for me, after reading this, I get it. What's the aspect of the story? It's like sometimes the fate is on your side, right? So all you have to do is just don't give up on your life. So that is the positive aspect that I get from the story. Because you just live alone, right? You are the only survivor among these all these passengers, right? So it means that the fate is on your side, right? So we just have to keep on trying to survive. So that is the positive aspect I get from the story. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. So what is your opinion for number 2?
I haven't written.
Huh?
I haven't written yet.
I haven't. Okay, so you understand? Did you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
So like that is the positive aspect of the
Can I
story.
do number 1?
Okay.
I think surviving a plane crash is kind of surprising.
Yeah, so I mean, only one is very surprising, right? It's kind of like miracle, right? Among, like I said, among all these passengers, you are the only one person who survived after this miserable crash, right? So that is a very surprising thing for you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So everyone, have you clear about this number 1 and 2 question and answer?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna move to Nay's page, which is on page number 128, and there is another reading test. It is quite boring, right?
Yes.
In the middle of the day and the weather is really hot.
Let's play
and
games.
We have to do the reading and we have to do the listening. We have to do boring exercises and it's really boring, right?
Yeah, we need some activities.
Activities again, really?
So please dance for us.
Yes, teacher, we need some activities.
Really?
Like,
Yeah,
teacher, you
or-
dance for us. We will look at you.
Yeah, I really care for you guys, but
No, teacher, I said like, please dance for us, and you said yes, and you agreed.
but we still have to finish the exercises. I have to finish this book because we still have 3 more books, remember?
Only 3 more books.
Yeah, only 3 more books, really? Oh my God.
Yeah, he's very clever, and he has like 1000 IQ, so it's easy for him.
Actually, I have the activity books that can make you fun, but I have to upload the photos and I'm afraid that you can see the photo clearly.
But teacher, physics teacher do like that.
Hmm?
Physics teacher,
Physics teacher do like that, teacher. She upload the pictures and she teaches from that, and we have to do
So can you see? Is that okay? Is that convenient for you guys?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Sure.
Really? Okay. So do you want to do a fun crossword?
A fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I guarantee that it is fun to find the answers. I have a crossword. Do you want to do that?
How about another options?
And there is no option actually. Or we can okay, there is one more option that I remember that the play the game we have played last week, the funny story that you have to write down by using your own vocabulary. Remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there is
Yes,
an
yeah, I
alternate-
got bullied. I remember. I can't forget that.
Yeah, then to Nay Nwe, right? So he is our main character. So this time we can do some alternative points. So this time you don't need to use the vocabulary that's in the story, and you can use only the connecting words. I mean the conjunction. So you have to use conjunction in your sentence, but you still have to write the story together. How about that?
Ah, I got it.
Like the
But
same
you have to
story
use-
or
You
another
have to
one.
use connecting words, conjunction, like in spite of, despite, so that, because of, however, any conjunction you can use to continue the story. How about that?
Yes, it's kind of great.
So shall we do that?
Teacher, what
Yes.
we are doing now? Because of my connection, can you explain me again?
Yeah, actually, we are still talking about which activity do we have to play. So, okay, I'll explain you later. Okay, so is that okay? Writing a funny story or answering a funny crossword. You have two options. If you don't want to do this reading,
Pardon?
huh?
What did you say?
You have two options. You're asking me the options, right, Susan? The first option is funny crossword, and the second option is funny story.
Funny story, obviously.
Funny
story, of
story,
course.
okay. So you don't want to do the crossword, right? Actually, it is quite fun. If we are in a class, we can do so many fun activities, but unlucky we are online class, so yeah, we don't have much option. So okay, so in the chat box again,
How
right?
about we put some punishment if you can't continue the story?
Yes, you have to sing or you have to dance in front of us, and you have to turn on the
No.
camera.
No.
That is so embarrassing.
So that is why you have to think too much,
Timer.
right? About the conjunction, about the sentence to make sense, right? So if not, you have to dance, or you can even do a catwalk, like a model, or you can sing, so whatever. So you have to do entertainment to your classmates and to me, right? As today is quite boring day, okay?
Since it's gonna be a little bit bored if we just go with the flow, so how about we put a timer? You know,
The timer.
you write
Okay,
it in 10
don't be that
seconds or
cruel,
50
okay? Give them to think, okay? The timer is too harsh, so don't do that, please. So to do more, do I have
Yes,
to
teacher.
explain again? We will write a story like last week. Last week we are writing the story by using the vocabulary you use, right? You sent to me Fiverr. But this time you don't need to choose a vocabulary, and you just have to use a conjunction. A conjunction means however, although, though, in spite of, despite, so that, so, therefore. So you have to use one of the conjunction words, and you have to continue the story. So you all have to write the story together again. Got it, Mo?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So last week we started with
Teacher,
Nay
just
Nwe, right?
let's
So-
just no. Let's just continue the lesson. Yeah, there are so many books pending.
So Nay Nwe suggests that he just want to continue the lesson. So how about the others?
No.
We might get both.
No, totally disagree.
Well, studying is a good thing, you know.
Put him in one room. teacher. Please.
What's wrong with you all of a sudden? Oh my god.
Okay,
Who's
so
having
Naruto,
one break?
Naruto, it's okay. You don't be the main character today, so it's okay. So I will.
Yeah, but I
Yeah?
should get to choose the main character now because
Okay, the main
like
character is okay. So will represent the word I. So that is why it represents each and every one of you. So it's the character is all of you. Okay, you have to imagine in the place of I. Okay, so you have to use I. Okay, so I want to choose the person to choose that the first sentence. So the first sentence is very important, right? So I will choose okay, who have imagination? Okay, so I'm gonna choose Hank Tezin. I think he has imagination, good imagination. So Hank Tezin, you have to give us the very first sentence of our story. Hank Tezin, are you still alive?
he sent a message. He's the ruler of the Shadow realm.
What is that? I am
What is
the
that? I don't
ruler
know.
of the Shadow realm. What is that? Hank Tezin. Seriously?
That's the main character.
Seriously?
Yes.
You want to change the sentence again?
No.
No. Okay. So the second person have to continue your sentence, and it has to make sense. And you don't forget to use a connecting word conjunction. Okay. So you can use the conjunction that show additional information, or you can use the conjunction that show the contrast point, and you can also use the connecting words that show consequences. Okay. So the second person, you can choose the second person. He doesn't.
That no.
Huh?
That no.
No. Okay. No. You have to
Teacher, like, I have to be the character. The main character is I, right?
Yeah.
I'm the ruler of the Shadow Ring. However, my name is Heikaze.
Huh?
I use the main character I, and I change it into like my name is Heikaze. However, my name is Heikaze.
Well
No, don't do
played.
that. Okay, so I, right? I is the character. So you can be that I, right? So I belongs to each and every one of you. So write the story nicely. Okay. So the first one is I am the ruler of the Shadow realm, right? How do we pronounce that? Realm, right? Realm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so you have to connect the second sentence, and you have to use a connecting word. Don't forget the connecting words, okay? Second sentence. Can you see everyone? The second sentence is
Yes, teacher.
she used the word, the connecting words, although, right? So although, okay. So she used the word although, and the ruler of the Shadow realm. Everyone calls me. Why?
I did tell him I would say like that after.
So you make Heitazi as the main character, but
Yes.
it's not fair.
Yes,
actually.
because yeah, but she used his brain. She used our brain, so it's okay.
It's okay. Nine, what happened to you? I thought you and Heitazi have a really good relationship to each other.
Sure,
No?
they are the
No.
biggest ship in the craft.
Okay, so he hates me.
Hi, teacher. I'm sorry, but I ship them a lot.
Me too, Susan. You have me right.
Okay, so what is the reason Nanton hates Heitazi? What is the reason? How do you think?
Because he's shorter than me.
I talk too much. Okay. Okay, so by the way, we have to continue the story, right? So, okay, no, you can choose the third person to continue the story. Nanton, okay, Nanton.
To his love. He has to continue for his love.
So, don't forget to use a connecting word, okay? I think Nathan like too much. I think he thinks too much just to make haters get angry. Am I right, Anita?
Sure, he is.
Because he was the victim last week, right? So that is why. Okay, now let's not use even though, right? Okay, actually, even though and though they have the same feature, right? Okay, so even though I am the ruler, I am the shortest in the city, and everyone makes fun of me. Okay, so we have three connecting words, right? Though, and even though, and no use which one? Oh, okay, we only have two words, right? Even though and though, actually they are the same, right? Okay, so you can choose next one, Anita. Is that Aga?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you have to continue the story. Even though I'm the ruler, I'm the shortest in the city, and everyone makes fun of me. Oh my god. I thought you guys love each other too much, but I think it's just rumor, right?
You just write what I want to say. What the hell?
Don't be so mean to each other, okay? You guys are
I
so
think
mean.
this is the only 1% of the meme that we were talking in our chat. It is 100 times worse than here.
Really?
We're roasting each other.
So I just wondering that you guys have a good friendship.
Yes, we do have.
Okay. That's great. Okay, Aga, don't do it too much, okay? To make him angry, right? Not hungry. Actually, I'm hungry right now. Furthermore, okay, furthermore is another connecting words, right? So we can use furthermore to give another additional information, right? So furthermore, I hated it. Actually, hated it is not needed to put, right? But you put it, oh my God, I, a ruler, even don't have a single girlfriend. So you may hated it is it happy or something, right?
Yes. He's alone.
Oh,
And he's in depression.
But actually, you know that there is a big difference between being single and being happy, right? So he said,
yes, yes.
is that happy or single?
Happy. Like I don't want to roast him like in real life, so I'm changed like that.
Okay, happy gun. Also, you guys are happy gun. I think no, it's not happy, right?
Yeah, I'm single, not happy.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
teacher,
so-
I have a lot of boyfriends here. Even my mom knows it. My mom is like, please stop. I don't want to hear about that anymore.
Okay, so Aga, you can choose next one to continue the story. He doesn't say, but I have the power to pick everyone I like because I rule the.
But no
Of
one
course,
likes you.
he's a king, so he has the power to pick anyone he likes. Of course, yeah. And he uses
Like everyone,
right?
he forced to marry every girl's suicide. So
You guys are so mean. Okay.
轮two啊。
Lentua on. Lentua still left. Lentua, are you there?
Just
Okay, so you have to continue the story. Okay, Little, are you thinking or are you just sleepy?
thinking.
Okay, thinking. I think next time I should choose the main character. Okay, because I don't have girlfriend, I just stay in a room and play Genshin Impact all day. So you use because, right? Okay, because to show the consequences, right? Cause and effect. So because I don't have a girlfriend. Okay. Okay, so then you can choose next one to continue your story.
Susan.
Not to mention, I felt all the oil. Okay, so I just want to ask Hitazen. Hi, Hitazen, are you there?
Hello.
So how do you feel right
How
now?
are you feeling,
Whole
bro?
story.
Fine.
Okay, you're still fine. Okay, okay, good. So Susan, you can choose the last person. Okay, the last person to continue the story. So either we should finish the story or he doesn't cry. Okay, for today. So that is
I'm
why.
sorry.
Yeah, so you can choose the last person to end up the story.
Nwe le.
Nudele, okay, Nudele. So you have to end up the story. And you don't forget to use a connecting words, okay? And be nice to Hitazen, okay? because the last time he is crowned with merit. Okay, so what does that mean? C-R-O-N-E. Okay, let me check in the dictionary. What is that? What does that mean? A crown. He married with, right? Actually, it has to be like that. The last time he married with, actually married to, right? We use married with to, not with. So he married to a crone. You have to say like that, right? An ugly lady, right? Okay, so that is the last line of our story. So hey guys, are you feeling okay right now?
Yeah, like the fact he farted all day and then he became married.
Okay, so I guess that's the last time about the funny story. You know, I don't want to play anymore because you guys are so mean to each other. Or next time I'm gonna choose the main myself as the main character. So I think why you be mean to me too?
Yes, a bit.
I mean, who knows?
So I won't play that anymore. Okay, I won't play that game anymore. I'm afraid of you guys.
Sure, we're not a scary chat.
Okay, so I think your brain start to work again, right? Okay, so the main intention of this game is to use the connecting words. Okay, although, even though, because, but, right? Okay. So shall we go back to our boring lesson?
Yeah, because of like roasting, my brain became more and
Okay, so whatever. So we'll move to next page. Okay, so surviving together. So this time, not surviving alone. This time, surviving together. Okay. So what is mining? The question are, what is mining and what materials do people mine for? Okay, what is mining? What does that mean? Mining.
Mining is like people mine for gold, diamond.
Dig the gold.
So mining is kind of a business concern with mine, right? Mine. So what materials do people mine for? So what can we get from mining business? For example, like coal, right? Coal or metals, right?
Sometimes gold, I guess.
While, yes, while too, right? Fuel, while. So we can get these things from mining, right? So that is the business of mining, right? So how do we translate mining in our language?
You mean mine? Mine in our language?
Yeah.
That's true.
That to do for right? That to do for that to do the process mining mine เนาะ right? So GNN ဟုတ်တယ်เนาะ GNN တို့တခြားthat to တွေပါတယ်ရှားတဲ့ဥစ္စာဆို mining ကိုခေါ်တာเนาะဆိုတော့စာက engineering business တွေမှာဆိုရှင်နေတိုင်းမှာဆို mining ဆိုပြီးတော့တက်ရှိတယ်เนาะ Okay, so reading, we still have time, right? Okay. So read the article and who are the 33 and why did they become famous? So you have to read this and just answer this question. Who are the 33? So because the title is the 33, right? So you have to give the answer, who are they? And then why did they become famous? You have to give the reason too, okay? So find the answer for these two questions after reading this. So have you finished reading this?
Yes.
Okay, everyone, have you finished?
No, teacher.
Okay,
No,
I'll wait.
teacher.
I'll wait.
teacher.
Okay. Okay, so who were the 33? Who were they?
Minors.
The
Yeah.
They
minor.
were minors.
The miners from northern Chile, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the miners from northern Chile, right? They were the 33. And how do you think? Why did they become famous? How do you think?
Because they were their teamwork was good and their leader was like decisive.
Decisive. The leader was decisive, and their teamwork is good. Okay, so do you have any other different idea with Nine Lanterns? Why did they become famous? If you had different idea, you can tell me. How did you answer this, the second question? 真的你個其他家人
For me, like their unity or their teamwork makes them famous.
Oh, I can't hear you clearly because your voice is quite low.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Like for me, I answer like their unity or their teamwork makes them famous.
The teamwork, right? So yes, actually their teamwork is good and their operation is also successful, right? So that is why they became famous, right? Okay. So so the time is up. So I just want to give you the homework as number 2. Okay. So do it at home and after that we will check next week, right? So number 2 is read this sentence and which paragraph in the article does each sentence complete. So you have to do it at home and we'll discuss this next week, okay? Because we'll see you next week again, right?
And we don't have to send.
No, don't send me. We'll check We will check next week, so you don't need to send me, okay? Okay, so do number 2, and it's a homework. And we will check next week when we met again. Okay, so do you have any questions for today's lesson?
No more, teacher.
No more, teacher.
No question as the time is up, right?
Yes.
Bye.
Okay, so bye-bye for today.
Thank you
See
so
you
much,
next week.
Bye,
teacher.
teacher.
Bye, Chair.
Thank you for today.
Bye, see you.
Hello, teacher. I didn't attend last week, so like I want to assign my. Can I assign my homework?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So like for the homework, it's about the donations, right? Basically, charities.
Yeah, this one, I'll show you again.
Do we have? 写4張號西洋嘅燈號。
Yes, you have to continue with your own idea because
then
that
I will
quiz has been given.
with my own idea. All the
Yes, we are raising money for, so you can write whatever they are. Raising money for the people from Africa or something. You can write anything. And we are doing this because blah blah blah. You have your own reason for doing this. So you can add your idea behind these phrases.
So like for me, I wrote everything by myself.
Okay, it's okay too. So you can send it to me. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And you have to follow this format. And there is an address, date, and there has to be like your sincerely plus like P2 pre-IT P2 or something. So you have to follow this pattern. That's all. Okay.
Okay, sure. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. See you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.